Well, the Ford government announced yesterday that its province's 60,000 public service workers are being ordered to return to the office full-time. And today, we're learning Brampton is following suit. Joining us live now with more on this is Brampton's Mayor Patrick Brown. Mayor Brown, thanks for joining us this morning to talk about this. What's the decision or the impetus behind the Brampton's decision to bring everyone back full-time 5 days a week, and when?
Well, there's been a lot of conversations that it was time. This was a COVID accommodation that was made when it was important to have physical distance in the workspace. I think there are many aspects of these accommodations that have been helpful, more Zoom meetings, more virtual advancements. Having said that, at the end of the day, I believe we're more productive in the workplace, being present, and the fact that the provincial government is being the first mover to return to full in-person work weeks is a good thing. I believe it'll have a cascading effect on other levels of government, and Brampton will follow suit and match the provincial timeline.
So you believe that, but the employees will say that they're as productive, if not more productive, at home. What are the statistics here? What sort of data are you using to back up that assessment here? And do you think you'll see any pushback from employees like we've heard from the province already yesterday?
Well, let me say largely the private sector moved back very quickly after COVID to in-person workplaces. By and large, 5% of the private sector is in that space already. Governments move slower, and there's a tendency that governments move more gradually. But we do notice in our own workplace that we have a higher level of productivity when we have everyone there in person. I would note that on a municipal level, a large percentage of our workforce was already in person full-time. Firefighters, police officers, paramedics, transit workers, the list goes on. Bylaw workers, their job required them to be present full-time. This is for the remaining workers, and I think it's the right call.
Is the city prepared for a potential showdown, perhaps with some unions who are saying, hey, we don't need to do this. We're just doing fine at home already?
I don't believe there'll be any significant acrimony of it. Frankly, I think it's the direction that everyone is going to go. It's the global direction post-COVID as well. And if there is acrimony, it is what it is. We have to do the right thing.
What is the time frame, Mayor Brown? When do you expect employees to be back full-time, 5 days?
So the province announced that the return to work in person full time will be for January, and we're going to match that timeline. And I
understand the province is also saying you got to be in 4 days by October. Is that a similar path for Brampton as well?
We're looking at a similar path. We haven't made a decision on that aspect of it. Right now, we're at 3 days a week, but we do plan to be at 5 days a week for January to match the provincial timeline that was announced yesterday.
Okay, so you're sort of following on the heels of the provincial announcement. Do you expect other municipalities now, Mayor Brown? I know you're going to speak for them, but I'm sure you speak to a lot of mayors, throughout your day. Do you expect we're going to see more of this, that more municipalities will start, calling everybody back for this full time, and that this will be across the province?
Yeah, and just speaking casually to other mayors, there was a concern that if you were the first to move, that you could potentially lose staff who would want a more comfortable employment arrangement. And so I think a lot of people were waiting to see what the province was going to do when they would sort of initiate this return to work. And the fact that it's been initiated by the Ford government, I believe, is going to be helpful for municipalities like Brampton and others to follow that example.
Okay, we'll watch this space and see how it all unfolds. Brampton Mayor Patrick Brown, appreciate the time this morning. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you.